If you are even giving too much of yourself to others to the point where you are left with nothing, that is not self-love. That's self-sabotaging. If you are mistaking your kindness for self-love, people are going to take it, they're going to use it, they're going to throw you away when they're ready. Because you don't know how to practice self-love. So let me go ahead and share this video with you that I played many years ago, and that I presented many years ago, and it was all about self-love. Let me go ahead and play it.
There was this one girl that her name is Indira, and I love her so much. But Indira is dark like me, but she had a very beautiful hair like her. That one right there. You know, the nice hair that most of us would like to have, right? And Indira, I always like to hang out with her because it makes me feel beautiful too. So everywhere that Indira went, I went. Everybody looked at Indira very well, so I looked at her too because I wanted to become like her. I had no clue about loving myself. So I came to the United States, and after a few months, someone had told me that I could be a model. So I got into modeling, and everything went great. It was awesome. I got really into myself and have the attitude. You know, we can talk about that attitude. So I'm living in New York City, in Manhattan, with other models. It's 6 of us living in an apartment. One of the models got sick. And I mean, we care about her. We love her very much. So the first thing that we did is we started getting ready to take her to the emergency room. Okay? So I go into the bathroom. I look at myself. Oh my God, I need makeup. I go into the makeup and I start putting on my makeup. Oh my God, lipstick. Oh my God, I don't have eyeliner. Oh my God, and I'm taking care. I didn't even take a shower. But I start putting on all this makeup. And then all the other models did the same thing. But my other friend, she's throwing up. I touched her. She had a high fever. But I have to put on makeup. I'm all about it. I mean, I love myself. No. So I'm putting on the makeup and I'm all excited, you know. And then I said, we are ready. All of us have our makeup. We didn't even get to dress. We only put on a coat and we are ready to get out. So we got to the emergency room. When we got there, they look at all of us. They go, you all look beautiful. How come you had time to do all this? Looks first. Before anything else. And you know, that's what I thought self-love was. That's what I thought loving yourself was. And from time to time, of course, we know about God, right? He can try to humble you. And many times he had to do that to me. Several times, because I'm very prideful. So he kind of worked on that with me. And it came to the point of me thinking, if the devil understood what loving your neighbor as yourself meant, he won't be the devil. So I wasn't too far away from it, because my attitude was horrible about loving myself. I mean, she could have died. And what I would have said, oh, I have to be beautiful. I didn't think about any of that because it was all about me. So I went from the extreme of not caring who I am and wanting to be like Indira into, it is all about me. But then, with time, of course, a few more bumps, I learned the real meaning of love. 1 Corinthians 13 explained to us, love is patient. And in order for us to understand how to love God, as Galatians 5:14 says, which Galatians, I'm sorry about that, Galatians 5:14 talk about loving your neighbors yourself, and Exodus 20 verse 1 talk about putting God first. How are you going to know how to put God first if you don't know how to put yourself first? You need to understand what love is. A lot of the times we tell our kids, don't do that, do this. Did you teach them how, when, what to do? We need to learn this. It needs to be nurtured. So a kid grow up and we teach him, oh, I love you, and we teach him all the right things to do. And he feel love. If we have a kid and we don't teach him that, and we just ignore him, he's not going to know the difference. 1 Corinthians 13 says, love is patient. When was the last time you were patient with yourself? When was the last time you made a mistake? And you took the time to say, you know what? I'm going to try again. Or maybe let me step back. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with who you are. Me, I've been learning that. And I'm still learning that all the time. Because I'm one of the most impatient persons you can meet. But we first have to be patient with ourselves. Love is patient. Love is kind. They talk about kindness. We need to be kind with ourselves by taking care of ourselves. Don't wait for someone to take care of you. You have to take care of yourself. Because if you don't know how to take care of yourself, you can take care of somebody else. You know, many women, they go, I love my kids. And they do everything for their kids. And you see them. You know they love their kid. But look at them. They have no love for themselves. And you know what? The worst thing about it is that they don't allow other people to respect their kids. They don't allow other people to respect them because they don't know the difference about loving themselves. They're not kind to themselves. They can't define it. But they think that loving themselves is, protecting their kids and taking them to the hospital and doing all this thing. That is not it. There's more to it than just taking care of them. You have to take care of the kids from the inside too. You have to take care of your inside. Not the outside, not the fashion show. I mean, I used to be in New York City and you see all the women with the big hats and all that. You say, oh, that sister's fine. She's beautiful and, I would like to be like her. She go home, she's crying. She said, Lord, help me. Why is this happening to me? But in front of everybody else, she look all prideful, like she have the world controlled. She knows where her destiny is leading to. No. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. You look at yourself in the mirror. What you see? Do you see yourself? Or you see that other person you want to be? If we believe that God is love, God does not make mistakes. God made us the way we are, and He loved us. He took time to make us. So for me to look in the mirror and say, you know what, God? I wish my hair was a little Indian looking. You know, nice, straight. It would be very nice. You know, God, I wish I was shorter. Because most of the time, when I was in school, they always make me sit in the back of the class. I wanted to be shorter. You know, God, I hate going to the store and buying shoes. Because I wear size 11. And I want to wear size 7. But you know what? So what? He blessed me with this height. He blessed me with this big feet. And you know what? I enjoy. I know with my height, I always wear my heels. And I wear it well. But it's about enjoying who you are. It took a long time for me to get there. But I got there. Why? Because I was patient with myself. I was kind with myself. Some people might look at you and you are trying to look good and whatever. They go, she thinks she's all that. You know what? Yes, I'm all that. And a bag of chips. But it's taking care of me. You take care of you, then you're going to understand Galatians 5:14. Say, love your neighbor as yourself. If you are abusing yourself, you're going to abuse your neighbor. If you are not being kind to yourself, you are not going to be kind to your neighbor. Years ago, I have attempted to either kill myself many times because of all the things that was happening in my life. It was horrible. And if I treated my neighbor the way God said, love your neighbors yourself. If I treated them the way I was loving myself, I would have eliminated a few people. I didn't understand what that was. I understand it now. And let me tell you that I am amazed because I'm one of those people that always run in the other side. I hear God and I go, okay, later. And I'm running the other side. But He keeps calling me back and calling me back because He knows that I'm trying to be focused, I'm trying to love myself, and I'm trying to take care of my neighbor. That's what God is doing for me. What is God doing in your life?
It brought back so much emotions, but thank God that it was worth it. The growth was worth it. Back then I thought putting on makeup before taking care of a sick friend to the hospital. Let me repeat that again. I thought that putting on makeup was more important than taking care of my sick friend. I thought looking good was being good to yourself, being loving yourself. But now I understand that loving yourself means protecting your peace of mind, setting boundaries, being kind to yourself, knowing your worth, understanding that you are valuable, and makeup, clothing, a relationship, a job does not make you valuable. You determine your value. You determine your worth. Because the truth is that if you don't take time to love and care for yourself, the people that say that they love you will unintentionally hurt you or even destroy you because you are giving more than you should be giving. You are giving them the power to take from you. It is not their fault to take from you because you are giving everything. You find yourself at a point saying, I always give you this and I do so much for them, but they don't do for me. It's not their fault. You did not set boundaries. You did not hold back. You did not measure yourself of when to give and when to hold back. It is your responsibility. Loving yourself means healing, forgiving, understanding your pain, and not allowing that experience to be multiplied in your children's experience. Making sure that you are healed, making sure that you are taking care of yourself, making sure that if you need to improve some kind of a skill, you improve your skills. Making sure that you practice self-care. When you need to take a break, you take a break. You need to make sure of these things. That's what loving yourself is. Loving yourself is saying no when you need to say no. Regardless if people are going to be uncomfortable with you saying no. You say no. That's what loving yourself is. Standing up for yourself. It doesn't matter if they call you aggressive or pushy. No, stand up for yourself. Because if you stand up for yourself, your kids are going to learn to stand up for themselves. But if you allow people to push you around and do whatever they want with you, they will do the same to your children. And your children will resent you in the future because you did not take care of them, because you did not teach them to love themselves. And love yourself is not about ego. It's not about stepping in on others. And it's not about telling others what to do. And it's not about telling others about how talented you are. That is not loving yourself. That is called insecurity. And we know many people that love to brag about themselves and tell the world everything that they're doing great, because they're just trying to get validation. Loving yourself does not mean that you need validation, because you already validated you. And if you do believe in God, you understand that God loves you and He thinks that you are the most awesome person in this world, even when you make mistakes, even when you're not perfect, because all of us are different and God knows that. But He still loves us, and He wants us to love ourselves, because when we learn to love ourselves, then we understand how much God loved us. And God love towards us, it's way, let's say, 1,000 times more than we can ever love ourselves. That's the reason why He says, love your neighbor as yourself. Understanding that you are going to learn how to take care of yourself, protect yourself, and not allow people to push you around. Because He, when He loves you, as He loved you, He's going to protect you. But how can you know what protection is when you are not even doing it for yourself? How can you know how much God loves you if you don't even know love? That's why it is important for you to practice self-care. And don't confuse self-care with selfishness. It's two different things. You can look it up in the dictionary or Google it. So to every woman that is listening, every mother, every giver watching me right now, take time to pour into you first. Take time to be gentle with you first. Take time to say no when you need to say no, even if it is uncomfortable for others because they're not used to you saying no. Even when others are going to say that you are pushy and aggressive because you decided to put a red line and don't allow other people to cross that line. Not because you are selfish, but because you finally understand that the only way you can love others begin with loving yourself. From a place of being full, not from a place of emptiness, not from a place where you need to heal and you are looking for validation from others. From a place of you need to stop abandoning yourself and start taking care of yourself, especially if you are a single mom. Take care of yourself so that your kids can learn to take care of themselves, so that your children can learn to love themselves. And remember that you are worthy, you are valuable. And the only way you can let your subconscious know about all of this is by you taking action. So spend some time doing something that you love. Spend some time buying something that you love. Spend some time taking that next paycheck and taking part of it and treating yourself to something good. Take your time to take care of you. Again, this is your faithful friend Sandra Graves. If you have a question, please send me an email to info@single, let's start it again. info@mysandragraves.com. I have so many emails that I don't even remember, but it's info@mysandragraves.com. And if you do speak Spanish y hablas español y quieres mandarme un mensaje en español, me lo puedes mandar al info@lamotivadora.com. info@lamotivadora.com. And like I always say, you don't have to believe what I believe, but please remember to pray. Remember to pray even when everything is going dark. and no one is believing in you, God believes in you. So talk to Him, pray to Him, and He will answer. If you like this video, please leave a message, a comment in below the video, share it, and click the like. God bless you.